What is going on, everybody? weedleTwineedle here, and we are backing out with an Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon Wi-Fi battle, and this one's going to be a PU Wi-Fi battle against Gina, a person I battle off my Discord server. And if you guys are interested in joining my Discord server and aren't a toxic-ass human being, it's a place where you can hang out, find Wi-Fi battles, and just chit-chat with other Pokemon players. So if you are interested in that kind of thing, definitely check out my Discord server. A link to my Discord will be in the description. Now, both me and my opponent are packing some pretty threatening teams. Not gonna get too much into team preview. Let's just hop right into this battle against Gina. And by the way, guys, if you are enjoying my Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon Wi-Fi battle content and really want to support my channel, I would really appreciate it if you hit the like button, as it helps my channel a lot more than you think it does, and it's honestly much appreciated. It really makes my day to see you guys supporting my videos. It's honestly such a heartwarming feeling. So on the first turn, I lead off with my Stanky-Kun! I was actually really good, not gonna lie. That was like a one take kind of thing, because my opponent is up with the Primeape. I know she is Choice Scarf Primeape because every Primeape is Choice Scarf. And if you do not use Choice Scarf Primeape and use an alternate moveset for it, let me know in the comments and I will give you a freaking medal, because I swear every Primeape I've ran into since Sun and Moon's release has been Choice Scarf. So yeah, and I think the only way I'm gonna see a Primeape that isn't Choice Scarf is if I use a Primeape of my own, which is kind of depressing actually. So I'm expecting my opponent to go for Stealth Rocks here with his Mesprit, because he just brought it in on a Skuntank like he wasn't afraid of the dark typing, which is fair enough. So I bring in my Pinsir here. I'm expecting her to be a Culverberry set, which is why she felt so confident bringing it in against the Skuntank. And I'm expecting her to bring in her Qwilfish, because Qwilfish obviously eats up bug type attacks for days. So I'm actually going to bring in my Meowstic, expecting the Qwilfish to come in, because not only do I have typing advantage, Qwilfish's Intimidate ability is going to interact with my competitive ability, which is going to skyrocket my special attack to +2. So it's like I just got a free nasty plot for making the right prediction. I love the competitive ability. It's such a cool ability, honestly. Now my opponent's going to switch out, not wanting to lose Qwilfish, because Qwilfish is a very nice asset to my opponent's team in this game, as she's going to bring in her Mesprit here just to scout out my set, as I just go for the barrier because I was anticipating maybe like Prime to want to come in eventually. I just want to make sure my defense stat was high enough to take some physical attacks, and now I'm actually going to go for the Signal Beam just to chip damage this Mesprit and scout out what it wants to do to me, as my opponent's going to make the mistake of clicking U-turn, because of course if a Psychic type can learn Stored Power, of course I'm going to be giving it the Weakness Policy. Of course I had to give the Weakness Policy because there was a quite big lack of Weakness Policy in my last Wi-Fi battle. I do apologize for that, but I'm making it up for you guys. Now my opponent's going to bring in the Pork Chop, and I'm like, Pork Chop really can't touch me with the barrier up, but my opponent is going to punish me for using the Balanced Item Weakness Policy, and punishment's going to destroy my poor Meowstic. And if you guys don't know what punishment does, it basically increases base power based on how many stat boosts your opponent has, and considering I had +2 attack, +4 special attack, and +2 defense, that was a lot of base power. I'm pretty sure that was like 200 base power for punishment, which is actually absurd. But you know, it counter-teamed me pretty well. My opponent actually told me she gave her Primeape punishment just so like I couldn't like destroy her with Musharna or like Meowstic. So that's fair enough. I can respect that level of counter-teaming, man. I definitely can respect that. So my Weakness Policy Pokemon got destroyed. I was anticipating her to want to bring in her Mesprit or something, but she brings in her Qwilfish, and now I'm expecting her to go for an Entry Hazard, so I stay in here. But she goes for Scald and activates my second Weakness Policy, and I gave this thing a Weakness Policy because I'm actually a mixed Rock Polished Camerupt, and now I'm actually mixed with, you know, Fire Blast, Earth Power, and Explosion. I was gonna give this thing Stone Edge, but Explosion's a lot more fun to use, and it hits like really bulky Pokemon that Stone Edge really doesn't hit. And plus Fire Ground typing's already decent coverage by itself, so I really don't need Edge Quake coverage on Camerupt. So now I'm expecting my opponent to bring in the Mesprit as Death Fodder, so I go for a second Rock Polish just so Pivor / Prime couldn't revenge kill me. So I felt like I was like super intelligent. I'm like, yes, 200 IQ plays, no problemo, and we're gonna knock out the Spirit Bomb with the Fire Blast. So down goes Master. We're at +2 special attack, and I'm feeling pretty good, but then I completely forgot about Kangaskhan, so I'm like, oh my god, I'm so stupid, and people actually think I'm good at this game. Jesus Christ. And my opponent has Fake Out / Sucker Punch, easily able to revenge kill me, and down goes my camera. So both my Weakness Policy Pokemon got blown away. Now I'm gonna bring in my third Weakness Policy Pokemon, my Carracosta, except not really, because my Carracosta actually doesn't have a Weakness Policy, because look, I do love Weakness Policy a lot, but if Smogon recommends you run Weakness Policy on Carracosta, well actually I don't think it does, but I've seen it before. it's actually a normie weakness policy set, therefore I can't use it. So I'm actually just Shell Smash with the Rocky MZ because, you know, setup moves plus D moves is just very broken combination, a very broken combination indeed. So in comes the Qwilfish, thinking that it can actually like counter me, but unfortunately for our buddy Qwilfish, Shaniqua is going to flex on this Qwilfish, and Karakos is going to get cloaked in the Z Aura, and I do have the Continental Crush that like button, so gonna activate Continental Crush, and you know, Karakos is gonna pop in the air as this turtle somehow, and we're gonna make like an asteroid looking thing and just slam it.
See ya!
And this Qwilfish is gonna make it a pancake, and the Qwilfish is going to get flattened, and down goes the Qwilfish, thankfully, so that thing's not going to be able to skull-bird me / paralyze me, which is very nice. Now my opponent's going to bring in the Primeape here, and I'm hoping at +1 with Aqua Jet and the Pursuit chip damage, I could just knock this thing out with the Aqua Jet, but my opponent actually ends up living because of the Intimidate, which is rather unfortunate because that means my Karakos is also going to go down to close combat, which is very bad because that makes 3 of my sweepers, 3 of my main sweeping Pokemon gone, and my opponent's like main walls are gone, which is kind of cool, but she still has 4 very offensive Pokemon left, and I don't really have much left on my team. I have Pinsir, I have Munchlax, and I don't really have much going for me at this point. So my opponent's going to go for close combat yet again onto Pinsir. We are able to live at 17 health, thankfully, and I can just knock this thing out with any attack, really. I just need to get rid of this Prime because it outspeeds my whole team. Gonna go for Scarf Stone Edge just so Oricorio can't come in for free. Get a useless crit because, you know, obviously I get crits when they don't matter. And down goes the Prime. We're gonna get a nice Moxie boost. But my opponent has Kangaskhan to knock me out, so it's not looking so hot for me, basically. So now my opponent's gonna bring in the Kangaskhan, the baby mama. And I'm actually going to withdraw because I don't want to lose my Pinsir to a fake out for no reason. So I'm actually going to bring in my Devourer here, my Munchlax, anticipating my opponent to want to go for fake out or Sucker Punch. And yeah, my opponent does go for Sucker Punch, so maybe she doesn't actually have fake out, which is kind of funny to see because most Kangaskhan's do run fake out because it gets nice stab damage on it. But maybe she runs other moves on her Kangaskhan just for coverage and stuff. I can understand that much because Fake Out is definitely extremely predictable. Now I'm expecting my opponent to bring out something else or just click return again, so I pretty much sack off my Pinsir because I pretty much saved it just so I could pivot into a strong attack. As she does bring in her Oricorio, which is a little bit annoying, I'm just going to bring in my Skuntank here because Skuntank can pretty much dual Oricorio. I can Pursuit Trap it pretty easily, and there's no way this thing can one-shot me because I am Assault Vested Skuntank, so I'm just going to go for Sucker Punch here as my opponent anticipates me to go for Sucker Punch or Pursuit and goes for the Calm Mind. Very smart call because obviously Calm Mind's going to give Oricorio enough firepower to break through my Skuntank. And if this thing can break this Skuntank, I just pretty much lose the game because Munchlax has no method of hitting this Oricorio because it has Mono Body Slam. It's pretty much Rest Sleep Talk Curse Body Slam. My opponent actually ends up being a dual Dance Oricorio, which is pretty funny because Oricorio is like a dancing Pokemon and its name is Dance Dance, and it has 2 setup moves, and that's like a commonly known as Dual Dance in competitive terms. So I don't know, if you see Swords Dance and Rock Polish, I mean, that's kind of known as Dual Dance, and just the fact that my opponent has, Dual Dance on a dancing Pokemon is just pretty funny to think about. So I'm pretty threatened out here. I'm just going to keep clicking Sucker Punch here, except on this turn because I'm like, look, I can keep clicking Sucker Punches. I do have 8 Sucker Punch PP because I did give this thing PP ups because I was concerned about Sucker Punch PP. But on this turn, I'm just like, well, I don't know what. If I lose the game because my opponent gets the right Sucker Punch mind game, fair enough, man, you deserve it. But I'm just not messing around with this Oricorio threat anymore. Thankfully, my opponent gets greedy, goes for Calm Mind, and I knock him out with the Crunch. Now, I mean, I guess it's kind of greedy, but at the same time, it's not really greedy because, I mean, it's either that or die, because I could either Pursuit Trap you, or, yeah, I have Sucker Punch, Crunch, and Pursuit. I had the triple Dark Stab because, I don't know, Skuntank, I mean, Pursuit Trapping is really, really useful, so having, like, a lot of dark moves on Skuntank isn't really a bad thing. Now, notice how that return did no damage because my opponent actually misjudged the Kangaskhan, so it doesn't have max happiness, and that is the downside of using evil hack Pokemon. They just hate you so much for hacking in their existence that they just do no damage with a return, and basically Skuntank's able to 1v1 Kangaskhan because my opponent thought return can knock me out, but nope. Your Kangaskhan hates your guts because you obviously hacked it, or maybe she just traded it over and then it just got its happiness reset. But I'm gonna go with it being hacked because obviously I have no proof for this, but just because it's shiny, it's obviously hacked. Gonna use some Burlistify logic here. Now my opponent's gonna bring in Pyvor as I bring in Munchlax, and thankfully Munchlax is in against the one Pokemon I can actually beat in this game, because let's be real, like I was facing Primeape, I was facing Qwilfish with like probably Taunt and Intimidate, and I was facing a Ghost typing with Mono Body Slam, so Munchlax was extremely hard to use in this game, but thankfully we are in a 1v1 situation because the Kangaskhan wasn't able to knock out my Skuntank, without knocking out itself with Aftermath, so now I can just do 1v1 with the Pyvor, and my opponent actually told me she's Choice Bags Pyvor, and this damage is actually adorable. Like, it looks like she's like, she's not even like holding an item. That's how little damage she's doing, but it's just because Eviolite Munchlax with Max Speed F is extremely bulky on the special side, and I can just rest up, get all of my health back. Not going to risk losing to a crit because I already had like some plot armor with that Kangaskhan not being very happy about being with that trainer, so that's how I'm able to have this battle this close. I do think if that Kangaskhan had full power return, I would have been 2 KO'd by return, and then the game would have been over with the Munchlax, but thankfully, you know, the Kangaskhan just hated my opponent's guts for it being a hacked Pokemon, so we do have a chance. Unfortunately, we are getting a lot of shitty rest talk rolls, which is kind of annoying, but I mean, what can you do? My opponent's just going to keep clicking Hyper Voice. We're going to eat it up, and you're going to keep staying asleep because we are Munchlax, of course. Going to keep going for Sleep Talk because I have no reason not to. Trying to get a Body Slam or a Curse, but of course, we just keep getting rest because Munchlax is just really lazy, and I'm like, please just don't get like a triple crit. That would be pretty bad, but my opponent's going to go for the Hyper Voice yet again, hoping that she does get like a double crit or something, but not really much you can do. And I'm going to go for the Body Slam. Hopefully we can 2-KO this thing because we are at +1 attack and +1 defense. Thankfully, we do get a nice paralyzed chance, and now we have more of a chance of winning because like she has a chance to get paralyzed with her Pyvortaz. Shout out to Tommy, by the way. He's like one of my favorite PokeTubers. It's nice to see that people are nicknaming Pyvor after him, which is pretty funny, though they should be naming Pangoro after him and not Pyvor, but I guess they have similar names, so I guess it works. Yeah, down goes Pyvor to the Body Slam, and we're able to defeat Gina with a very close 1-0 victory. I do think I probably should have lost this game. I think Kangaskhan, if it did have a full power return, it could have actually defeated me. Depending on damage rolls with return, I'm not too sure how much damage that would have done to me, but maybe after a curse I could have beaten it 1v1, but I'm not too sure. Either way, this Wi-Fi battle was still very, very intense. My opponent played extremely well, to be honest, and yeah, it was a pretty fun Wi-Fi battle. Thank you, Gina, for the Wi-Fi battle, and I hope you guys did enjoy this Wi-Fi battle. If you guys enjoyed the Wi-Fi battle and really want to support my channel, I would appreciate it if you hit the like button, as it's always appreciated and it helps out my channel a lot more than you think it does, and I just really like seeing a lot of likes in the video. It keeps me motivated to put up more uploads for you guys, and I don't know. It's kind of sad, actually, that seeing a lot of likes on the video makes my day better, but that's just how sad my life is, to be honest. But yeah, the question of the day is going to be, what is your favorite Pokemon cry? Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite Pokemon cry is. It could be from like previous gen games, because I know that in Gen 6 they've ruined so many Pokemon cries and it actually tilts me. But yeah, my favorite Pokemon cry has got to be like Gen 3 or Gen like 1 through 5 Rhydon. I love Rhydon's cry. I don't know why. I actually just love Rhydon's cry a lot. And I know it's the same as, isn't Rhydon's cry the same as something else? I'm pretty sure it is. No, I'm thinking of Rhyhorn. Rhyhorn's cry, his name is Charizard, I believe. I'm thinking of the wrong Pokemon, my bad. But yeah, Rhydon's cry is really cool. It sounds really badass. And then in like X and Y, they made it sound so bad. I'm just like, ooh, I don't like it very much. But I do love Rhydon's cry from Gen 3. Another Pokemon cry I really, really like is Espeon's cry. Espeon's cry is still okay in Gen 7, but I really, really loved it in Generation 3 because that's when I got Espeon in Pokemon Coliseum. Whenever I sent out Espeon, its cry just sounds so badass, and I just love Espeon's cry very, very much. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below which Pokemon cry is your favorite. It's kind of a weird question, but I mean, it's a cool question nonetheless. But of course, thank you guys so much for watching till the end of the video. I'll check you guys next time. Bye. That's what I